That was a nice kiss. He was just looking at the closed door of his cabin while a curve appeared on his lips. Taeyang and Jimin was trying to control their love by seeing his friend who was suddenly looking romantic to them. Do you love the cast? They both came closer to Jungkook and stood at each side as they whispered in his ear, leaning towards his ears. Yeah, her lipstick flavor is banana. I love banana. Even then, he didn't realize that he was caught by his friends, but he flinched and went back to reality when they both burst out into laughter. Oh my god, Thay, did you hear him? I love banana. What a grace. He was mimicking Jungkook's words while Thay looking at Jungkook, who was feeling embarrassed. Jimin, stop it. He again got back to his rude mode while they stood silently as he was innocent. Jungkook, would you mind to explain what had happened or want us to conclude? He asked, raising his right eyebrow while scratching his chin just like his mannerism. No, don't conclude. I can explain. What happened was, he knew they would fix something dirty in their minds. That's why he thought of explaining, but his words dropped when he saw you sitting on your chair as the door of his cabin opened slightly. You brought your hair to the right hand shoulder while emptying the left hand shoulder. Your collarbone, which was the left hand side, giving Jungkook goosebumps. The pen between your lips adding more beauty as you're moving it left and right gently on your soft lips. Jungkook, what happened to you? He asked as he saw Jungkook's focus again shifted over you. Nothing. I was just recalling about the presentation I'm going to present. He acted like correcting his throat before replying to Taeyong, who can understand Jungkook's thoughts. Here, you were looking at the laptop screen as you were searching for some files. Then a wind blew, making the environment more cool and romantic, just to give a pleasure to Jungkook's eyes. Jungkook, isn't wine beautiful? He whispered in Jungkook's ear to play with him. Of course, she is beautiful as always, but today she was looking more beautiful with the free hair. He spit out his inner words without realizing that his friends were hearing him. Hey, didn't I say? Jungkook is not a rude CEO anymore, he is becoming a romantic CEO. He left a few words to poke Jungkook. Who said, I'm a rude CEO? That word triggered him and brought him to the reality while Tae and Jimin looking at him crossing their arms. Why are you both looking at me like that? He was just gulping as their stares were making him scared. We never saw you being confused like today. It would be better if you admit new changes in you. Let's go, Jimin. He sounded serious because then only Jungkook will take his words serious. Jungkook shook his head after sighing as his friends left his cabin, closing the door. Jungkook, what happened to you, man? Something had started in him, but he was unaware of what was happening to him. Maybe this case would be the turning point to his life. But what? Would you love him breaking the agreement? It was lunch hour and you came to his cabin with the food as per today's schedule. You were setting the table while Jungkook was just admiring you. Oh my god, why is my heart beating so fast? You're feeling tense while serving the food as he was just staring at you. Sir, everything is ready. You can have your lunch. You told him and quickly took the tray to leave, but your rude CEO held your hand as your heart skipped a bit. Miss Wyan, why didn't you eat with me? he asked, looking at you while you're feeling hesitation to answer him because he didn't leave your hand. Sir, I will, but for that you have to leave my hand. I have to sit right, you said, giving him an awkward smile as he quickly left your hand as if he felt an electric shock from you. I'm sorry, he apologized as he realized and wiped his mouth and forehead with the tissue as they got sweat. You both were eating silently as there was that kind of tension and awkwardness after the kiss. You both trying to forget it, but it was flashing in front of you. You both had lunch, maintaining the silence in the room as that kind of situation raised. You washed your hand and was about to leave, but then something caught your attention. Jungkook, sir. At once he turned at you for your deep voice. Yes, Ryan. He was stepping back as you were stepping forward. A little nervousness started in him as your eyes only looking at his lips. As he hit the wall, there was no space to move back. Miss Ryan, what are you doing? He was asking you while crushing his back against the wall as he was thinking you were going to kiss him, but your action shocked him. Don't move, sir. You don't even know how to clean your mouth and become a CEO to reputed company. Look at this. He exhaled a sharp breath when you showed your finger to him, which has food stain. Food stain? I thought of something else. He was breathing heavily by putting his hand on chest, where you gave him a confused look. Are you alright, sir? Water is on the table. You can have it if you feel restless. Thanks for the food. I'm leaving. I have pending work to finish. He smiled and left his cabin, where he quickly gulped the water. Oof, I thought of something else. He shook his head and dropped in his chair as he got a mini heart attack when you stood so close to him. The whole day Jungkook was not stable as he couldn't help but thinking about you. It was like a fresh start for him because his life would be going to take a turn now. It was evening and Jungkook saw Taeyong waiting outside the office building as he came out after finishing his work. Hey, are you waiting for Jimin? No, I'm waiting for Ryan. I'm dropping her daily. Have you seen her? If you're here, then her work would have done right. He was speaking inside through the glass door of the office building as he stood beside his car. Dropping her daily. Why am I feeling strange now? Is it wrong to drop her? He thought to himself and went to his car, but he didn't know he started feeling a little jealous. Meanwhile, you came out running as you were putting your ID card in your bag. I'm sorry, Taeyong, let's go. You apologized to him with a hesitant smile and got into the car. As Taeyong also got in, he started the car engine and drove off to your house. But Jungkook, who was looking at your every action, not liking you, going war with Taeyong. Daily, you used to talk a lot with Taeyong because of pure friendship bond formed between you. But today you sat silently looking outside through the window while Taeyong observing you. Ryan, do you have anything to explain? He asked while changing the gear of his car. No, yes, Taeyong, I wanted to say about the kiss which happened in the morning. He was stuttering as he scared he took it wrongly because it was an accident. I don't need any explanation. We trust you, that's why we choose you. Only concern is don't forget about the agreement. Be careful with Jungkook. Once you fall in love with him, you can never go back. You didn't understand either he was warning you or doubting your feelings. You're mistaken, Thai. I can never fall in love with him because I'm already in love with my crush. You thought to yourself and gave him a small smile while nodding for his words. On the other hand, Jimmy left the office a little late because he was checking accounts. He was driving the car on the road until someone came in front of his car, making him do a sudden brake. Oh my gosh, what did I do? He quickly got out of the car as his heart dropped with the vision which happened. His heart was beating rapidly as he scared the person injured because of him. He slowly came near an young woman who was trying to pick the papers which were scattered over the road. It seems those were so important to her, as tension was clearly evident on her face. Miss, are you alright? He sat in a squatting position as he was trying to pick the papers for her. Instead of answering, she was just looking at the papers which were flying in the air. I'm sorry, give me 2 minutes. He got up and quickly gathered all over the place, but he did miss a few papers which might be useful for her. Take this, your papers. He gave papers to the woman who was looking at him with eyes full of tears as he missed important one. You missed important papers, she said as if she was going to burst out into tears. As he was super kind hearted, he was feeling bad for her. I'm really sorry. Looking like you're going to or came out from an interview, is it true? He asked as he understood something from those papers because it has her academic grade certificates, her project certificates, and all. Yes, I'm going to attend for an interview at Jackson Group of Industries. I want to give an interview for his personal secretary role, but now I lost a few papers. I'm even late to it now. What can I do? This job is so important. She was expressing her grief as she was really needed. Okay, don't worry. I will give you a job. If you have a soft copy of your resume, can you show it? He asked as if he was going to interview her on the road. As he asked, Alan opened the soft copy on her mobile and showed him. Perfect. You're highly talented. This is my card. Please come to my office. We will talk about your job. A happy smile appeared on her face after hearing Jemin. Really? Thank you so much, sir. It's okay. I should be sorry for your loss. Hope you will pass my interview. Okay then, it's getting late. Please go home. It's not safe at night these days. He said as he cared about women because few crimes happen to women these days. Okay, sir. Thank you. She hugged him before leaving as a gratefulness. But Jimin was frozen for a few seconds as he didn't expect this, then suddenly got back to the reality as he heard the truck horn and realized she left already. He sighed and got into the car. The main reason for accepting her resume was he didn't want her to go near Jackson, as he knew how bad person he was. He has a history of his lady secretaries. Young dropped you at your house. Okay, Ryan, I will leave then. Why don't you come in? We can have coffee. You asked him in a friendly way, just like daily. It's okay, some other time we'll have. Right now I have work. Okay, see you. Just like daily, he rejected politely and was about to get into the car until he heard a voice which he felt sweet like pure honey. Hey Ryan, he slowly turned back and looked at her, who was walking towards them. Thang was impressed by her beauty, as he felt she was the beautiful girl he has ever seen. Thang, she is my sister Rosie. Rosie, he is Thang, my company's second pillar. Just like him, Rosie lost in Thang, For a second, they both staring at each other, forgetting about the world. Hi, Theong. She extended her hand for a handshake while he shook her hand hesitantly. Their eyes were not ready to take off from each other. Okay, Theong, we will go inside. Bye. Rosie, let's go. He joined her arm with her arm and was taking her inside, but they were not ready to take off their eyes from each other. Actually, Rosie came back from the college as she finished her today's classes. You came to the bathroom after sharing what happened in the office, except about the kiss. You slowly got into your bathtub and turned on the warm water tap. You wet your body as you moved the hand pump on your hand while something from the morning was splashing in front of your eyes. Why am I thinking about the morning kiss? And Jungkook sir, he was behaving oddly today. But I can say my plan is working, except for that kiss. You were thinking about Jungkook, who was also thinking about you. Jungkook was drenching under the shower while his mind was completely filled with you. What's happening to me? Why am I thinking about Ryan? Maybe because of morning kiss? Why is they reminding me about the agreement? What is I thinking? I would fall for Jungkook sir? No, it can never happen. My crush is already filled in my heart. You were trying to brush your thoughts. Meanwhile, Rosie, who was preparing for her fashion show, which was going to happen tomorrow in her college. As she was in the final year of her engineering, their college arranged a farewell party for final years. That they has an event of fashion show for final year girls. Ryan, come past. I need your help for my costume designing. She was yelling from outside of the bathroom. I think my path is going wrong. I should not think about Ryan. From tomorrow I should be cautious with her. This Jungkook can never fall in love again because he hates women. He shook his head where water droplets from his hair sprinkled over the walls of the bathroom. God's plans must be against Jungkook's wish. He can never knew what would happen next. Thanks for watching.